What's up, everybody? It's your boy Top Cat the Gamer. We are back with some more Trails Through Daybreak. We just got through finishing up Chapter 4, and we're going to continue on. But I don't know if we're finished with Chapter 4 yet, now that I think about it. It's ending of Chapter 4, I guess I'll say. At least I think so. But we're going to go ahead and continue on with the rest of the story. Hope y'all are doing well. If you're new to the channel, tap that like button. Let's go ahead and get into it. Subscribe if you haven't. Let's go. So he's watching everything.
So that's how the pieces have fallen. Could we have made use of nuclear weapons? What do you think?
No. If anything, they are something that would put our very existence in danger. They're a forbidden weapon that renders all tactical analysis and strategy meaningless.
I think that's a message from the people who made the game, which is true.
That Almada has their eyes on them speaks of how much of a threat they really are.
Then we're agreed. Quite the unexpected development this was. Enough to pique the Society's interest as well. And now, we're to await Ms. Twining's return for the sake of our midterm goals.
I will provide all the support I can in the meantime.
It's interesting they sat in that room and watched that whole entire thing and never tried to intervene. Like, his sister's there. You know what I'm saying? Like Kasim's sister's there. Like, what if they, like, were in danger? Like, what if, I don't know. Shit crazy. Yeah, your sister, buddy. Hey, he's a little proud. Look at that little smirk. I saw that. He's a little proud. Also, no little ending or nothing, just right back home, huh? Okay, it's like a new little shop. At least I think it is.
The Institute of Science claims this formula will allow for a more efficient extraction of orbital energy from septium. Experts believe that the new discovery will have a significant impact on technological development in Zemuria going forward. This revolutionary breakthrough was made possible by the late Professor Callahan as part of his last work.
They really pulled it off, didn't they?
Yeah, in no small part because of Ren and the rest of them. Sounds like the genius professor left Basel as soon as the work was done, though.
That CEO's gonna be in for a fun time now that he's lost 2 of his smartasses.
Maybe, but it sounds like this news has got Vern's shares shooting straight up. Professor Hamilton's back for now, too, so he can probably breathe easy for a while.
I'd heard so much about her, but it was such a surprise to actually get to meet her. She's such an amazing lady. She really is. I couldn't agree more.
You forget she's 13 sometimes.
So
Damn.
you're Lilia's granddaughter. You do resemble her, not just the way you look. I can see you also possess her kindness and strong spirit.
This is one of my great-grandfather's diaries.
This brings me back. I would catch him writing entries from time to time. Oh, this here. This one is about me, Gerhard, and Albert. I still remember that time like it was yesterday.
Well, I only met him once back when I was a youngster. Makes me nostalgic thinking back on it now.
I don't mean to interrupt your reminiscing, but those words toward the end are rather ominous. I can see why it inspired you to risk so much to collect the Genesees.
Yes.
Else all that we know will come to an end.
I can't imagine it's meant to be taken any way other than literally, especially when you
I hope
consider how
not.
the Genesees have been used so far.
Shit, I will hope not.
The kind of shit they're capable of almost feels like a bad joke sometimes.
So far, we've managed to gather 5 of the 8 Genesees. But do you think it would be better if I left them in the hands of you and the other disciples? And yes.
No, I think there are too much for even us to handle. If they truly are experimental apparatuses that Professor Epstein somehow created to gauge the world.
My thing is, how in the hell did a normal guy make some shit like that? Like, they're experimental, but like they're doing otherworldly shit. Those things, and like, how did he pull that out of his ass? Like, it makes you think like what if I don't know if he worked with Ouroboros and with the Grand Master or whatever like that. I honestly just don't. It doesn't really make sense how he was able to pull off some shit like those things.
Then, and this will sound rather unscientific of me, it's as if destiny willed them to be in your hands. I plan to stay in Calvard for a while, so I'll get in contact with Albert and Gerhard about this. Fortunately, we happen to have someone else who knows both of them right here with us.
I'd be happy to serve as a mediator between all parties. We have much to discuss about the West Simuria Tech Union as well.
I will also do what I can to help Reset. Is everything still in order with regards to attaching Reset's new parts, Esmeralda?
As in order as can be. Our prospects were already bright with her being such a capable engineer, but with you, they'll be even brighter.
Me and the other artisans will be happy to pitch in with any precise adjustments, too. We'll see they aren't even a millerage off.
And I'll help too, of course.
I don't think we have anything to worry about with this many people on the case.
Yep.
Yes, it really is wonderful to see.
Well, can't say I give a damn about Marduk at the end of the day. Reset's a different story, though. She's one of the team. So take good care of her, if you don't mind.
I don't mind one bit. You said your name was Van, I believe. This may be a strange favor to ask, but I'd like you to look after my teacher's dear descendant. It would mean the world to me. And if you could please look after her young friends. But you were planning to do that even if I didn't ask, weren't you?
You got me. I'll do what I can to meet my obligation as their employer, at the very least.
Van.
Jackass.
We save his ass way more than he saves ours.
Disagree. That dude is taking some serious blows for them.
Is something wrong, Catra?
It's just, I'm so happy you're back. I am. But I wasn't able to do a thing in your absence. I feel like such a failure.
Catra.
You've been sleepwalking these past few days or something?
Right.
We couldn't have dreamed of dealing with this whole mess without you. You are our guide through and through.
We never would have thought to go to that factory without you. And I doubt we could have gotten through to Professor Callahan either. We owe everything to your efforts and perseverance.
Plus, your orbital drones were a huge help.
You weren't too bad for someone who still looks and thinks like a kid. So, good job on this one, or whatever.
Why do you always gotta be so far up your own ass?
For real.
See now? Not just anyone can be blessed with so many in their corner, you know.
Facts.
Thank you for all you have done in my absence.
He sees, what does this say on his earphones? I like, if you pay attention to people's clothing and stuff, they have stuff wrote on them. It's, like it says, Passalu? Eventually, all places fall into place. Eventually all pieces fall into place. And no find everything? I can't tell if that's find. Huh. I wonder if it's a, I'll have to look that up. Maybe it looks like it's a definition of that word. We'll see.
It's good to be home. I've missed you, Catra.
Yeah, but not half as much as I've missed you, Gran.
I mean, I said it in the last one. I was like, where the hell is she at? If she hear all this shit that's happening there, when's she gonna show up? If she finally
By the
showed
way,
up.
Agnes, did you manage to finish your report on your visitation to Basel? I most certainly did. The others in my group helped a lot too, and we ended up receiving some very positive feedback from the school. Though I'm happy Ren was willing to cover up so much for me. No, happy isn't what I should be saying, is it?
The old fart's broken moral compass starting to rub off on you, huh?
I'm being careful not to go too far. I don't want to end up like Van.
just the dude right in his face.
Oh, we're almost done with the roasted chestnuts.
Is that what those are?
Ah, I look forward to these every year. Their fragrance and soft texture really hammer home that fall is here.
Those things are huge.
Here you go again. Took the last of them too, you bastard.
Don't worry, we have another batch.
Hello. I hope I'm not interrupting.
Oh, hey.
Now, who could that be? Oh, she back! Hey!
A lovely day to you all. I'm here to resume work once more.
Reset!
They gonna cry.
That's our maid. 3 o'clock on the dot.
You're all good now then?
I'm the picture of health, thank you. Professor Hamilton, her students, and many others took excellent care of me. My new artificial limbs are a vast improvement over my previous ones, even. I can see I've had you all very worried. I'm so very sorry.
Oh,
She's a
Reset.
badass.
Of course we were worried. We're so glad to have you back. Welcome home, Reset.
Thank you for the warm welcome.
So from what I read was she is not completely artificial, like her body is. I don't know if something happened to her. I haven't found the info on it yet. I didn't want to dive too deep in it and get spoilery for myself. I just kind of wanted to know the initial thing about her being an android or whatever like that. But like, I think her organs are still real, and her brain, if I'm not mistaken. But like, she's not entirely artificial. I don't know if it's just her limbs, but like, it seems like maybe her torso, the head, and everything else like that are all like real, I'm guessing. But it's not. It's like, but it's like mostly her, like her arms, legs, part of her body, or robotic. But I don't know. I don't know if they'll dive into it. But that's what the information I got so far.
We've got a solid chunk of work that's been piling up, including managing the pay coming in from our last job. You got time to help me out with it right now?
All the time in the world. Oh, but first...
What the hell?
Yes, and ferry located.
Theo?
Whoa! The hell?
Saros?
Oh, God.
Down, Zeros, and come back here, Theo.
Petra, what are you doing here?
He came along to make sure everything was how it should be after all the work that was done on me.
Yep, he's staying.
Though he has something else he wishes to discuss in addition to that.
Uh-oh. There it is.
It's a bit cramped, but there's a wired connection to the orbital network here at least. I should be able to work in this environment.
What?
Don't tell me.
That's right. I'm going to be helping out around here for a while. I'll admit that Professor Hamilton may have been the one to recommend it, but the final decision was mine. All of you remarkably captured my interest during our time together. Not just because of Agnes's Genesis, but because of that Grendel and Mare too.
Yeah, I feel like that's part of the reason, but I also think Agnes is a part of the reason as well. We know why. We know why Catcher's here. We know why.
I suppose no one can blame you for that.
I'm also concerned on a broader level.
Bro has to keep on separating these checks, man. This shit is getting fucked
Basel
up.
doesn't appear to be the only place where criminals are misusing tech for nefarious purposes. So I think Arkwright Solutions is going to need its own technical advisor, don't you?
That's, actually a good point.
A very good point. While I am well versed in modern technology, my field is software, not hardware.
Those black and silver thingies would be good backup in a fight, too. What's it gonna be, Chief?
It just shows you that dude personality. That all that comes down to the black and silver thingies. That's what he thinks of them.
Screw it. What's one more at this point? I'll introduce you to our landlords later.
He's starting to get pissed off.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to working here.
Oh, but Brissette, Catra, you've got to try the roasted chestnuts. They're super soft and sweet. I'll go and make some more coffee for us, too.
Well, there's that. Kind of saw it coming, though, right? Van Tel District. This place is fucking huge. All these different districts.
You served me well in Basel.
Ah, Zach Ramhart.
We could have had quite the crisis on our hands if events had been allowed to play out as our foes wanted.
Thank you, sir. Though I believe most of the credit goes to our agent in the field and the Principality's representatives. I will admit that I did not anticipate you hiring Marduk to act when they did, however.
Their agent in the field. Is he talking about Van, or they got one of somebody to get a secret agent?
They will do whatever you ask so long as the price is right. It makes them rather convenient in times like these. There are advantages to their being a neutral organization beholden to no government, even if using their services requires an objective mindset. I imagine you can see their merits as well, Professor Cronkite.
So Cronkite's there.
I do. At least they are competent, unlike a certain superior of mine that I could name.
I don't disagree. The time is long past due for Vern to appoint a new CEO. We can maintain the status quo as long as Professor Hamilton remains in the Republic. But as soon as she departs, we will indeed make the necessary arrangements.
I see no issue with that timeline.
Yep, there he is.
Now, as we previously agreed, I think it's about time you got to work. After all, this project will bring about massive change to the Republic, to the entire world.
What the hell are they up to?
Nothing will be the same after the Republican Army's Zeku space base is completed and in operation.
Okay. All right, that is the end of Chapter 4, Disaster Protocol. Yeah.
Truly well done. Then I'll update your rank.
65 is the highest you can get at this point.
Got it.
And you should be at 238. New hollow core, so that's 2 new hollow
Can't
cores.
complain with that.
Well, this is embarrassing.
Look at how much mirror we spent. It doesn't even feel like we spent that much, because it's good lord. Ugh. Alright.
Catra Silesian. Together with Fio and Zeros, I'll do whatever I can to assist.
Another recruiter. Alright, let's see. Alrighty. Save right there. And we're just going to continue on. We're just going to just jump right into this next chapter or whatever. I need to get things rolling on this game. this is in Longlai, huh? So this is one of the villages. And this, well, I'm just gonna let them spit it out. If they're gonna introduce her right now. A badass in her own right.
Duality.
Man, get the fuck out of here.
Thank goodness. Looks like I'm in good form tonight. I wasn't sure I could even perfect the 0th form after being told to do it out of nowhere.
Silvery woman, come on, y'all. Y'all gotta do better than that, man.
But I think I've earned the right to hold my head up high to Master's younger disciple now.
So this is I think it's pronounced Shizuna. I could be wrong. I'm probably gonna be wrong. I'm always usually wrong about the way it's initially. But if you go back to Reverie, there are some stories that happen at the end that I kind of narrated, and she runs this organization. I forget the name of them, and she had a little bit of a bout with Reen from the Cold Steel games. They are both trained by Master Yonkafai, but she was trained in secret on a new form, the 0th form, which she just was talking about, a duality. And I think he kind of left her to figure everything else out. He taught her the initial things, and then she had to go perfect it on her own. And she's become, I think she's the other, I want to say, God, why can't I think of it right now? It's right on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it right now. Divine Blade. God, I couldn't think of it. Yeah, she's another Divine Blade. So I think there's 4 now, with Reen becoming the 4th one. Trying to think of it. My bad. Sorry. So the title of Divine Blade is given to people who've mastered the 8 Leaves 1 Blade School. That's the school that Yonkafai teaches, and right now there are only 4 practitioners. It's Cassius Bright. They just call him the Divine Blade, like he is the guy, like like he's the top student of Yonkafai. And Cassius Bright is Estelle and Joshua's father. If you don't know, I know some people know, but if you don't know, I think Yonkafai's niece, Annalise, she's from the Sky Games. Hadn't seen her in a very, very long time in this series. She was more prominent on Trails in the Sky 2. The 2nd chapter and 3rd chapter is where you mostly, like, you actually play as her. I think you only play for her a little bit in 2, and then she ends up becoming a party member in part 3. A lot of people from that series become party members in 3 because of the way it's set up. And then there's Arios. Arios McLean is the Divine Blade of Wind. He mastered the wind style. I think wind was the 2nd form, if I'm not mistaken. And he earned. I think he actually fought young Kafai for his title. Shizuna is, yeah, she's a Divine Blade of Silver. And yeah, it was, yeah, the Zero style. I think I already said that. It's called like the Black God One Blade, something like that. I think that's what it's called. And then Reen, they didn't say Reen's title. They just they gave him a title of Divine Blade. A lot of people thought he was going to be called the Divine Blade of Cold Steel, which would have made sense because the series was called Trails of Cold Steel. I thought that would have been actually a lot cooler, but Reen's title is the Divine Blade of Ash. I found that out, and he mastered the 7th form. I think it was called the Void, like the dark Void or whatever like that. And those are the only 4 Divine Blades right now. So, yeah, sorry. I was just trying to remember it all at the same time, thinking about it. But yeah, this is Shizuna, Divine Blade of Silver. And the person she was talking about to the Master's young disciple, I don't know if she's speaking on Reen. Because I said they did have a little bit of a fight that kind of was like held at a draw. But
not that I can see him joining us up on stage anytime soon.
All is ready, Princess.
Burly voice.
In record time, too.
Yeah, this is I forgot his name. It's like Kagome. He was in the little story
We couldn't
too.
have asked for a bigger client, and this is the first long-term contract we've had in a while. We can afford to take it easy for our first task, at least.
Kuragome? I'm trying to think of the dude's name.
But the time has come to reaffirm our existence to the world. Tread lightly, for the Ikaruga lurk in the shadows.
She's a badass.
So she noticed us. I should have known we couldn't deceive the Divine Blade of Silver.
This
is a reconnaissance and force mission. We only need to assess their capabilities, not win the battle. Our foes are both above S rank in strength. Strike in the Blitz Halberd formation.
They can get fucked up. I'm just letting you know this right now. She saw him too.
I plan to depart for the east after speaking with him.
So this is the I think there are 2 more party members, and this is one of them. I forget his name, but he becomes a party member.
How fortunate that I was able to catch a glimpse of the Living Legends covert student before doing so. I cannot help but wonder what she fights for with those unusual talents of hers. But that mystery, along with what lurks here beneath the Konlon Mountains under Calvert's stormy skies, will have to wait.
Looks like that's where we're probably
now
headed
is
next.
not the time to investigate further, though it would be a shame to let this encounter go to waste. It might be worth pitting my own greenhorn student against her to see how he fares.
Now who might that be? Interesting. I think she's like a princess or something, if I remember right. I can't remember the story, but I thought she was. And Judith is one.
I have to admit, I never thought you would be the one asking to go out with me. We did appear at an event together. Was that all it took to spark such a passionate plea?
This dude, he really can't see through her shit.
I'd like to believe I put more passion into my films than anyone, if nothing else. I'm sure it's the same with you and racing. Now these two passionate souls can finally have the talk I've always wanted.
Oh, shit.
Even if I feel bad for your girlfriend and fans for meeting with you like this.
My partner in life is my Carl, have you know? Of course, I have been known to savor some special moments with only the most beautiful of women.
Who says that?
Oh, look at you, laying on the charm. So, no girlfriend? Could I take that to mean that you also don't have a wife or kids?
Of course I don't.
Oh, God.
Anyway, it would be a shame to just let the evening end with dinner now that we're together like this.
Disowning your child.
What do you say to joining me for a drive on the expressway? As for whether that will be where the night ends, well, that will be up to us.
She finna whoop his ass.
Oh. He sure is used to this. He makes even cringeworthy lines like that seem totally natural.
Most do.
Whatever. This is my chance to see if there's any truth to that rumor about him traveling the country.
Why?
That's fine by me. I'm looking forward to seeing how fast you can...
Well, paparazzi got him.
What was...
Z1 Racer Maxim Lugan. I'm a reporter with Buzz Raider magazine. Think we could steal a few minutes of your time?
Buzz Raider? Not the gossip rag that's even worse than Meld.
I'll take that as a yes. Excellent. So, we know you've been everywhere from Tharbad and Longport to Messeldom and Crossbell in the past 3 months. You're a bit of a globetrotter in your off time, wouldn't you say? Now, it's clear you've been living up to your single status to find yourself a girl in every town.
Oh, is that what he's been doing?
Then could it be you're on the hunt for one here in Edith now, too?
How did you... Have you been following me everywhere I go? I'll admit that I spend my nights out on the town, but that's not why I'm traveling around.
Holy cannoli!
Wait, she's got nothing to do with...
I can't believe what a scoop we have on our hands. Meld's gonna be eating our dust with this one. So, how long have the two of you been dating, Miss Judith Lanster?
Well, there it goes. I mean, technically she is dating him, she has reasons why she's doing it. Yunes! With her cute little stars on her dress. Alright, this thing's so cool. It's a mechanical wolf, right? Awesome. It looks really strong, too. He's like some kind of guardian beast from fairy tale. He's awesome. He is. He's living with us now. Aren't you there, Zeros? He can bark, too. Can we pet him? Easy, you two. Don't upset him. God, dog. They had to just show her all cheeked up like that. That Van's just a magnet for strange types, isn't he? The new lad and his animals seem like a good bunch, but still. Well, even better than good. Since they've made Yume the happiest I've seen in a while, she is just the cutest darn thing you'll ever see. You're always like a different person when you're talking about her. He's a proud grandpa, nothing wrong with that. And I like that Van is brought in his circle of friends and acquaintances. It's nice to see. Oh, they're back.
Market purchases complete. 5 kilograms of mussels, 3 kilograms of shrimp, and 2 kilograms of artichokes purchased. Please.
How does he hold that in his hand? Thanks, Theo. I could tell you picked the freshest ones, too. Incredible how quickly technology has advanced. When you really think about it, those two they could come in real handy. I get it. Now I sound really old. It sure has gotten livelier around here compared to when Van was working by his lonesome, though. They're all grown boys and girls, too. So I want to be sure to give them all the food they need. Paulette is just nice, man. Nurturing mother figure. So it's an intermission here, okay.
So let's shift the topic toward the Genesees and Vans Grendel. Unfortunately, I don't think it'll be possible to learn anything about the Genesees' nature from them directly. They appear to have some kind of protection, akin to artifacts, keeping their secrets from us. I can't fathom why they only react to Agnes either. It does feel as though the Mafia knows a fair amount about them, though.
I had a feeling you wouldn't be able to learn anything from them. Mind you, Armada is also somewhat in the dark when it comes to the Genesis. Yeah, I get the impression they don't know how they're doing what they're doing with them. They just have an idea of what they can do. They're more like disposable tools to whip out for whatever they want to do at any given point. It makes me mad that they're using them that way, but there's no better way to put it. We've taken 4 back from them so far, and that's how it seemed every time. Yeah, much as it pisses me off, they don't seem to give a damn about what happens to the Genesis after we're done with it. Worth noting here that they do seem pretty consistent in how they've used the Genesis too. Yes, I agree. They've referred to everything they've done as an experiment. Whether it's manipulating people's vital energies, interfering with their minds, or installing a human's personality into a machine, Armada has kept using the Genesis as a trigger for various kinds of unnatural phenomena. Yeah, I think that's an important fact to bear in mind if we're going to get to the bottom of this. Fortunately, in all the cases we've seen, the phenomenon triggered hasn't reoccurred once it's been stopped. But there's one particular phenomenon that Armada isn't behind that happened again and again. Oh? Is it Van's transformation? Gotcha. Van's transformation into Grendel, correct? Yep. Nailed it. That's right. The ability to reproduce results for further study is a crucial factor in science and engineering. There's a lot that we don't know about the Grendel, but what we do know is that it's comprised of exceedingly high-density shards. We also know that Van's hollow mare appears when activated it, or rather a version of her that possesses free will appears. Yeah.
Yeah, just tell me what you want.
Mare, incidentally, is a custom hollow developed in Marduk. Her source code is classified, but she was created using AI knowledge purchased from multiple companies. However, it goes without saying that the hollow designed by Marduk does not have free will. And that's normal. The hollows that the rest of us use also talk, but you can't have a conversation with them. But when she shows up to help Van transform, she's clearly got a sense of self. It's theoretically possible she's programmed to only seem that way on the surface, but I'm inclined to agree. Same here. They need to program an obscene number of possible responses to give the illusion of free will. She doesn't even have enough space for that much code, right? That's correct. She takes up only marginally more space on your Zephyr than the hollows that everyone else uses. We would need to perform a special test to be absolutely sure either way. But the mare that possesses free will seems to be a life form comprised of entirely of data. I don't think I can even wrap my head around that idea. This is sounding real shady all of a sudden. Now, if for argument's sake, we assume that Mare is an AI app that's achieved free will, the trigger for that would have to be the Genesis, no? That's what I was thinking, yeah. Then again, I hate to say this in front of you, Reset, but I can't say I'm fully trust anything Marduk says or does. You needn't worry about causing offense. I understand why you would feel that way. Thanks. Still, I think that even they have their limits. I can't help but wonder exactly where the material that formed her source code came from. But I can't imagine they entrusted her to Van, believing that she would exhibit so much unusual behavior. So I think the root cause of the cause lies to Professor Epstein's legacy rather than her. Incidentally, an AI gaining free will is one thing that would qualify as a technological singularity. Which would mean that, to put another way, something happened to Mare that allowed her to evolve past a massive hurdle. Evolve? Now we're getting into the goddess territory. The testaments suggest that evolution was a process intended to let humans shape the world around us. It's also described as what's helped us bring about our latent potential. That was from the book of Shahat, verse 2. Is it Yochanan's letter, I think? Anyway, I think I get what you're saying. You want to have a chance to observe everything, right? Mare's appearance, the shards going berserk. In short, everything that happens from the start to me going Grendel. You want to see it all, including what role the Genesis play in it. Exactly. I think that knowledge will help me support Agnes in her quest for answers too. It might also let you call on Grendel's power in a less haphazard and dangerous way. What do you think? Does that work for you? Couldn't hurt. Sure. We got 5 Genesis so far, which leaves 3 still out there to recover. We can't be sure the Mafia has the rest, but we can get any more chances to stop them from causing any trouble. We should take them. And if I end up with a good excuse to transform into our future work, we'll give it a shot. As long as we have the Genesis on hand, we should be able to brute force whatever the other transformation conditions are. Yeah, makes sense. Every situation was when he tried to jump in front of somebody and save him or something like that. Then we just gotta grab Mare Bear when she shows up, right? That's about the short of it. I've already added the sensory necessary to observe her and record it all to Theo. This can be a little dangerous, but I think it'll be worth our while to try. Don't worry, I'll have our guys there to back me up. So I'm sure I'll be fine. Of course you will. We'll be right there with you all the way. This sounds like it could be fun. I'll be there to give any technology-related support that you may need. She looks worried. You can't do any of this without a Genesis being there. If you're not on board, we won't go ahead with it. It's not that. I can't deny that I'm worried you might be hurt in the process. But the chances of us learning something more about the Genesis and the Grendel through this are promising. So I'll do all that I can to support you. Then it's settled. Alright, then let's get started on today's work. I'm gonna need a few of you to handle some other stuff. The catcher's trial period ain't over yet, so he's coming with me.
That works for me. Though, I honestly can't imagine it would take me long to grasp exactly what you do here. But go ahead and show me exactly what being a Spriggan is all about.
I'll back you up to the best of my ability. Alright. Let's see. We get to select one other person to come with us. I don't know. I'm trying to think. You know what? We didn't have Reset with us in the last one, so let's roll Reset. Ornaments can now be customized from the main menu. Now they go, oh, okay, cool. We don't have to worry about going back to a shop. Nice, that's good. You can modify ornaments. Press R2. You can now unlock slots, set in plugins, and change as. Yes, this is great. All right. I am with it. No, she's still the same way. Okay, that's fine. Well, guess we gotta go around and do the regular. You just can't get enough of Zeros. They're still outside playing with the other kids. I hope that's not a problem, Catcher. Oh no, it's perfectly fine. I'm sure he'll get some interesting data for the trouble. I don't believe Zeros has interacted with a group of children at once before. It's always good to broaden his horizons like that. I see. I'm glad she's being helpful at any rate. Theo has always helped me out too, so I'll have to reward them later. Ah, well thank you very much. Man, I have no idea how to approach her. She has quite the presence, doesn't she? No drone can quite match her.
Can't go wrong with any of them. See you again.
Looks like we got everything that we need from her. I did train at a restaurant for the record. I'm not self-taught, just racked up a lot of experience over the years. I don't want to force this on Paulette and Hume though. I figure I'll change it up when I retire, remodel it into something they might like more, a cafe maybe. Consider this advance notice. When the time comes, I'm going to need a certain slacker upstairs to pitch in. You're really going to try to stick that on my rent? Depends, of course. Have mercy on my wallet, I beg you. I didn't realize he actually had savings. Hopefully he can keep them. Fucked up. Man is the type who lives for his hobbies. If his rent gets raised, bro.
Pick something already.
Oh, we got wait. It said it like they just got added to it. The fuck? Alright.
Be seeing ya.
I probably don't have to go to all these places. Let's see. Tell you what, before I get started with everything, I think I'm just gonna end here and we come back. That way we just go through the city and do what we gotta do.
Very well.
Yeah, I'll do it like that. That way we can just get everything situated in time. And he's got free time in between here too, so that's good. Have to see. Definitely gonna probably do the girls. That didn't sound good at all. The sisters. That still came out bad. And then Dingo, that would help me get all of his stars and their stars. Kind of sucks, but I mean, seems like the best way to go about it. We're with the other people all the time anyway, so yeah, they'll be alright. Alright, but thank you for rocking with me. I appreciate everyone checking out the vids as always. New to the channel, tap that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you all in the next one.
Indeed.
Peace.